concept?
I don't know. I just got it.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, thank you. Okay, so that guy didn't know how to explain the silence is violence concept. Yeah, like as people mention, right now it's like 10 or 10:30. So you're not going to get the really serious action probably until a little bit later, and not sure if I'm going to stay all night.
Portland's under siege. They don't know shit about my motherfucking city. They don't know nothing about your city, right? Absolutely. Keep doing what y'all are doing. Thank you all. Thank you for filling out the document. Hey, thank you guys for doing what I protected for y'all to do. I'm a veteran, and this is exactly what I want you motherfuckers to do. Fuck these red coats.
What's the thinking behind this? What's the thinking behind this pretty extensive gear here?
What now?
So what's the thinking behind all this gear you got on?
Google or search YouTube for police are targeting my junk. You'll see where they fired a 40mm sponge round and hit me like just south of the Twitting Barracks in 2018. Since this whole thing started, I've been shot in the chest with less lethal weapons. I've been shot in the neck. I've been shot in the face with less lethal weapons. I've been shot in the thigh with less lethal weapons since I've been here. So I'm just trying to hold the camera and not get shot by these assholes in here.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Added to the lawsuit. Right. Somebody they shot.
In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? And ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? As I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? And ain't it just like a friend of mine hit me from behind? As I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Hey, could you explain what's going on here? You're not supposed to talk to me about it?
No, I'm not the person.
Oh, okay.
This is my second chair.
Okay. Hey, could you explain what's going on here? What are you doing?
I'm a mom. I have a 20-year-old son, and I'm a nurse, and I'm just passionate about especially all the health disparities that are going on. I've worked on the Indian reservation, and I know the health disparities for blacks
Where do you live? Where are you from?
I live in Eastern Oregon right now, but I'm from Portland, so I come back. I drove 4 hours to be here.
Oh, in Eastern Oregon, you said. Okay.
Yeah, Pendleton.
Okay.
And this is, well, another mom. This is another mom.
Okay. And how did you get? How did you know to get involved specifically as a mom with this sort of mom?
I have some mom friends. here from Portland that have been doing the Caldwell since night one, but it's only like 30 miles. So.
And is there going to be some kind of action taken, or are you just sort of standing here in formation?
It changes every night from what I understand. So, I don't know. We've been asked to form walls. I guess the intention is to kind of go around the crowd, but we're just being your presence because it's helping bring the voices forward. So,
Do you have any concerns about COVID and with gatherings like this, which technically are not, advised? You do?
yeah, I've had COVID from my job and I'm fully recovered.
Oh, you did have it.
I take it seriously. So I should know how to be
How what was your experience with it like?
I was sick as shit and I was afraid because I was far away from my family.
Yeah. Where did you contract it? Do you know?
Yeah, in Umatilla County, which has one of the highest rates of COVID in the state of Oregon, because people think it's a hoax out there. There's a lot of Trump supporters that are not paying attention.
Well, I mean, in fairness, isn't a mass gathering sort of contrary to what the public health guidances are?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have a lot of elderly moms, you have people with autoimmune disorders, and we're taking a chance. That's safe point to be. But we can't just sit home and cower anymore. So we're doing the best we can.
All right, thank you. What's your name?
I'm not
I love you, Mom.
Okay. Okay.
Unless we get any other direction. Okay, hold on for a second.
Okay. Can I just make a comment there? Well, no, I'm asking myself a question. But did you notice that she sort of blamed the fact that she contracted COVID out there in Eastern Oregon on all the ignorant Trump supporters out there, which probably is a factor in terms of many people thinking it's a hoax. I definitely encounter Trump supporters who believe that, and yet here she is at a mass gathering, which is directly counter to all the public health guidances that we've supposed to have been abiding by, including in Oregon, by the way, where you can go watch the press conference from Governor Kate Brown held yesterday, in which she reiterates the prohibition on mass gatherings over a certain size, which this would obviously violate. So it's a little bit of cognitive dissonance there, I would think. But then again, it's what you've come to expect.
Can I get a Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter! Way down there, can I get a Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter! Can I get a loud Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter! Repeat after me. I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what you've been told. But this system gotta go. But this system gotta go. That's the sound of frustration. You frustrated? You frustrated? Moms, are y'all frustrated? You frustrated over there? Okay, I can't do it too many times. I don't got enough holes. But thank y'all again. I love y'all, Portland. This is change. This is change.
Hey, check this out. You know how he was saying next, and the next day, and the next day. Guess what? The Montgomery bus boycott lasted for 366 days. So guess what? Let's do that. Let's be out here for 367 days. Non-stop. 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 Did I hear y'all say non-stop? Non-stop. Non-stop. Now check this out. When I was up here earlier, I was talking about what? Education, right? Talking about the school-to-prison pipeline and how we got to get in there, right? If you agree with me, next Saturday, I to meet me at King at 2 p.m. What I say? Next Saturday, where you gonna be at? What time? I want to see all y'all. And guess what? How about everybody bring one person with you? Everybody, if every person.
Okay, I don't know if you caught what the speaker just said there, but she likened this Portland protest activity to the Montgomery bus boycotts back in the 60s. So in that case, it's going to be non-stop here in perpetuity, apparently.
Holding up good? You're working every night?
So one thought I had, and this was before I started streaming, but hold on. All right, so as you might be able to tell, the speakers are black. Generally, I guess the idea is that the voices of black people are to be centered or elevated or amplified, and white people are supposed to just listen. Which means that it's consistently an overwhelmingly white crowd, and then exclusively white speakers. I don't want to say that with definitively because I don't know for sure, but with the exception of Ted Wheeler last night, the mayor, I've only seen black speakers. But the other comment that I was going to make, based on a thought from earlier, before I started streaming was when they were chanting "fuck Trump," and it just. Hold on, she's saying something.
Change the historical, systematic issues in this country. It is also giving room to justify the excessive escalation of force and these institutions that are being called upon us. It's allowing the general public to become pacified, to become comfortable, to justify this. This is not normal. We are not crazy, violent anarchists. I am a hyper-emotional, emotionally intelligent black woman who has had enough. I wasn't even able to truly embody my blackness because the system sucked it away from me. Told me I had to be something that looked like that. I had to be the system so they'd listen to me. Well, I am here to tell you, I am proud as fuck to be a black woman in this time in history. I am proud as fuck to be leading with vulnerability. I refuse to allow gaslighting techniques to tell me that my lived experience is not worthy. We have to be able to be in touch with our vulnerability in order to be able to listen to the most vulnerable, right? Human liberation requires us to be listening to the most vulnerable. And that means we have to be in touch with ourselves. We have to prepare ourselves for the changes that we're asking for. We have to understand what radical inclusivity is.
All right. So she was giving a sermon about gaslighting, and she's saying that as an overly emotional black woman, she's being gaslit. I'm not sure I could totally follow her logic there, but nonetheless, the quick point that I wanted to make is that earlier they were chanting, fuck Trump, fuck Donald Trump, which is, that's your prerogative. But then they follow like a fuck Trump chant with the standard Black Lives Matter chant. And it just seems to me that if the objective was to achieve some kind of systemic reform with respect to racial inequities, then you wouldn't want to so closely associate it with like a partisan political signifier such as fuck Trump. Like, shouldn't it theoretically be possible for somebody who wouldn't ascribe to the concept of fuck Trump to also be on board with your agenda in terms of alleviating racial disparities? Like, that should theoretically be possible, but clearly it's not in this context. And so, you wonder why there's a partisan gap in terms of approval of Black Lives Matter. Is because it comes in tandem with chants like fuck Trump. So it's not totally surprising then that you're going to see a gulf in partisan attitudes. I mean, I don't know if everybody here is going to vote for Joe Biden, but definitely last night they were saying how much of an existential threat it is for should Trump be reelected. So, I'm not going to espouse some kind of knee-jerk Breitbart style conspiracy theory and say, oh, these are just shock truths for the Democratic Party. But, it is true that a lot of these people's at least short-term political objectives are in alignment with the Democratic Party. And the fact that the titular head of the Democratic Party is currently Joe Biden makes for sort of an amusing dichotomy, I guess. I mean, there's definitely something ironic about that.